Good morning, and today I'm going to address the media's ridiculous claims on affirmative action. Yes, the Supreme Court ruled that you can't say because you're a certain color you can get special privileges. You never should have. It's been if I don't know if anybody knows it, but affirmative action has been in place since 1935. Now, do we see a big improvement in the education of the young city black people? Sorry, no. Affirmative action is never. You're never going to work if you're. It's never going to work if you insist on waiting until a student is in college to demand that they get an equal education. That's ridiculous. We have students graduating out of Baltimore alone where they couldn't get one student, not one. Their valedictorian couldn't pass a basic math test. Now, just to show that it's not all hunky-dory and never has been a real pride to everybody. There's 8 states where affirmative action is illegal. And I find it quite surprising that California, probably the most liberal state in the United States, and Florida, with Ron DeSantis, are 2 of the states that have made it illegal years ago. Now, you cannot take a child who is going to school 180 days a year if they have perfect attendance, attend school 5 hours a day, go home to an empty house, watch TV, play their games on their consoles, whatever, and expect them to compete in a world where I know for a fact, after taking the Uber and talking to several students from other countries, they go to school 8 hours a day, 40 to 50 hours, weeks, a year. They go to Saturday schools after school, and their after schools aren't games like our students that go out and play in the yard and schoolyard. They sit there and they study. They don't listen to like the things that our students do. They're not allowed to sit there with their cell phones and play. They don't use a calculator when they do their math. They use their heads. Now, how would you expect a student of any color to compete against a student who has gained every year between 2 and 300 hours of schooling every single year? So you're talking, that's about a third more. So every 3 years, they're ahead of you, your students, by a year. By the time they graduate out of high school, they are 4 years ahead of an American student on the average. And at home, excuse me, they are encouraged to continue their studies. They go home, they do homework, they do all kinds of things, but they still find time to have games, play, respect their parents, respect you. It's just the affirmative action has been around for 90 years. It's time we just close the book on it, realize that it's failed, get our education together, offer after-school programs to any student that wants it, and make it on math, science, English. Maybe they can learn another language. Perhaps they can learn 2 other languages. They're going to have the equivalent of 4 more years of school. Extend the day. Offer them Saturday schools. Make sure that our students, regardless of race, stay competitive. If we don't, I don't know what's going to happen.